Today guys, we're gonna hang wall cabinets for this kitchen. What we did, we started by marking all the studs. We put all the marks right here, and we have the laser to adjust it on the height we're gonna work on, which is it's kind of a standard height, 18 inches between the base cabinets and the wall cabinets. I have the mark here. The laser needs to be a little bit adjusted. If you can see here, there's like a 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, a little bit. Like I wanted to meet all the dots right here. So we're gonna clean up. Everything's empty. There was a couple shelves here. We took them down. Now we're gonna take the microwave down. All right. So next step will be. Which is it's gonna play good in our side. We're gonna change the backslash, so all the holes we're gonna do in the wall is gonna be covered. So next step will be get our line marked, and then we're gonna get 2x4 cut, and we're gonna fix it in place and make sure it's in the edge of the 2x4, the upper edge, it will line with our line, because that's the line is going to be the lower end of the cabinet. Oh, I'm not even showing. So the upper edge of the 2x4, so the 2x4 is going to stand right here, and the upper edge for it is going to be the end line for the cabinet. So the cabinet is going to rest on the 2x4s. So I'm going to go outside, cut 2x4 to length, and I will come back and I will show you how we're going to fix it in place, and we'll go from there. All right, we had to redo the 2x4s. The 2x4s we had, they were not straight. That's another point. You have to watch out for that. If you want to depend all your work on the 2x4 you're gonna fix on the wall, they have to be straight. Ours, they were not straight, so we actually start cutting them in pieces. We're just gonna use them as a help, just to hold the shelf in place. Then we can actually adjust the cabinets by themselves, like itself. And we will go from there. We noticed that here it's not leveled. Even we're actually going with the laser, but still it's not leveled. It's a little bit not leveled. So like I said, we're gonna just use them as a helper. If you do that a lot, I do recommend to get a cabinet jack, which is actually, you don't have to use all this. And they're like 2 jacks. You hold the cabinet in place and you just keep adjusted up or down. But that's if you do a lot of cabinets. We don't. It's just one project, and I don't know when it's gonna be the next one, so I'm not gonna buy the jacks just for one project. All right, so now we're gonna bring the I'm gonna start with the corner cabinet and go from there. All right, like we said, we're gonna start with the corner cabinet. What you do, just to make your job easier, when the cabinets arrives, the shelves of the cabinets, they're usually inside the cabinets, which makes it heavier. The doors, I removed that, and I removed the door just to make it easy to put it up and down. Then we dry fit it on the corner, and we measured from the corner to the stud, and we measured from the corner to the stud, and we made a mark on the top of the cabinet where that is gonna be, here and here. And we're gonna pre-drill holes. If you look in the back of the cabinet, there is this big piece of wood. The other piece of wood here is big as well. Some cabinets, they come plywood all the back, so technically you can put your screws anywhere. This model actually only came with one strip here and one strip there, that's where we're gonna put our hanging screws. So the stud is gonna be aligned with here, and the stud will be aligned with here. And same way we did the other side, it's gonna be aligned. I didn't do the other side yet, so it's somewhere here and somewhere it's gonna be like right under. I have to measure it. So we're gonna have one screw up here, one screw down, one screw up, one screw down. And I'm gonna try to get, because that mark right here, let me show you what I need. that mark right here is right in the middle of the stud. So I still have about 1 inch, this actually maybe 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, which is I can go with the screw a little bit diagonally, just to give it more strength. Because this cabinet is big, so it's gonna be carrying a lot of stuff. And we're gonna pre-drill holes in this wood. Do not go straight with the screw. You will split that wood very easily. So we're gonna pre-drill here, there. The wall, I'm not gonna pre-drill it. I'm just gonna go straight in. Studs they're good, very strong. There's so many choices actually when it comes to screws for cabinets, but I picked this one with the big washer built in, just to add support from the back. Some of them, they don't come with this. They work as well, but that's just more security.
Just gonna get more wash.
Yeah, and if we have a 3/4 of an inch plywood here, 3/4 of an inch or half an inch of drywall, so that's 1.5, 1.25. So 1.25, I got 2.5 inches screw to get 1.25 in the stud, which is that will be plenty actually to hold tight. And it says here cabinet screws, so you can't go wrong with that. All right, now we're ready. What you're gonna do is just pre-feed those 4 screws. We're gonna level it in its place. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna drill one, I'm gonna drive 1 screw in. I'm gonna make it tight, but not that tight. And we'll start leveling it. Once we're ready, like we're happy with the level, we're gonna start driving the other 3. Just to let you know, your first piece is the most important piece. That's what's gonna drive the rest of the cabinets around it. So let's start. Okay, we finished this cabinet. Now we're gonna start with the next one. Still, we're gonna skim it, take all the shelves, take the doors, and I will show you how to actually adjust the cabinet based on the other one, the main one, okay? All right, now we just hang this cabinet. It's not supported with any screws, it's just with these 2 clamps. Make sure you flush here, you flush there, and it's good, balanced. Now I'm gonna start pilot hole in the top, and once everything I'm satisfied with the level, I'm gonna start to drive a drill bit this way to connect these 2 together. Then I'm gonna just drive 1 long screw. This one is 1 5/8 and 1 5/8, so you're a little bit more than 3 inches. What I'm gonna use also 2.5 inches is gonna give me 1 5/8 here, and almost is gonna get to here. Just make sure you use not that long so you don't drive it actually through to through. It's not gonna look good and it's gonna make that wood weak. So we're gonna start with the top screw and we'll go from there. Next step, now we're gonna do the cabinet for the microwave. The cabinet is a standard 30 inches width. And the height is 12 inches, but we have to count for this outlet. So we measured the outlet from the other cabinet, and we just, you know, there's so many ways to do it. You can actually measure it from here to the outlet, then you subtract that bruise right here, which is 1/4 inch, plus another 1/4 inch here. Then you count this, which is 1/2 inch. So technically you subtract 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/2, which is 1. We measured this from this edge here to the edge of the outlet. It's 24 inches, subtract 1 is 23. So you come from here, from this side, you measure 23 inches, and that's what we came up with. And that's the width of the outlet, which is, what was it, 2 inches. Then we did the same thing for the upper limit. That was for these 2 sides, the upper and lower. For the outlet, we measured from the top and subtract that minus this, which is that's like 1/8. It comes up to 1.5. We measured from the top to the top edge of the outlet, it was 4 and...
So we put a long.
Oh yeah, we did this. Yeah, that was actually very handy to know. To know what is your upper limit of the cabinet, we just put the level and we leveled it.
Then we measured.
Then you measure this height, which is that's your upper limit, upper edge of the outlet, then the lower edge of the outlet. And that's how we marked it inside the cabinet. We're gonna use a multi-tool to make it clean cut. Multi-tool usually gives you a clean cut. It doesn't really matter, this kind of cabinets, it's not used a lot. It's usually used for long-term storage. I mean, stuff you use once a year, like Thanksgiving stuff, or and I usually recommend don't put heavy stuff in this cabinet because it's already carrying the microwave. Alright guys, now we just installed this one. It's only secured by these 2 clamps, but then we're gonna work here. We want the whole thing to be in the same level, so using the laser leveler, the laser is gonna just go through here, if you can see it, right underneath it. That's gonna be our lower limit, this side. And the vertical one, we measured from the edge of the cabinet to the edge of the window. It was 3 inches and 1/8, and that's what we did, 3/8 and 3 inches and 1/8, and that's what we're gonna follow for the vertical side. Based on the laser level, we have the sun is right in my eye. We have the lower beam is adjusted right underneath it, and we used a couple shims actually here and there, and it's very
Double shims. Yeah.
The double shims just to lift it up to get it in the spot in the place. And as we see the beam here underneath the cabinet, I don't know if you can see it or not, but oh, here you go, it's right there, it's right underneath the cabinet. We did the same thing here, it's right underneath the cabinet, and that vertical one. And to make sure, 3 1/8, 3 1/8. So now we're gonna follow the pre-marked studs, and we're gonna just drill a hole and go drive with the first screw. What we did inside, we have 1 stud going this way, so I put 1 screw on the top, 1 screw on the bottom. The other stud is like right here, the middle of the stud, dead center is right here. So what I did, I drilled the hole with a little bit angle this way, so that screw met the stud. I want to say it's kind of, because the stud is center is here, so the stud actually is gonna go like here. I could have went straight, but it will actually be in the edge of the stud. That's why I give it a little bit angle to go in the stud. I did another one on the top, and this cabinet now is actually holding my weight. Not completely, but strong enough. Won't touch it anymore. All right, so far that's what we reached. And from this side, the screws we did it from the big cabinet, so you can actually have a room when you have that drill in your hand. Here it will be very tight. We did that both sides. This cabinet, it is 12 inches, and it fell right in between 2 studs. So what we did, I did the same thing again with the angle. I just went in an angle and I did latch in the stud. And here I did the same thing. I went with the angle and I did reach the stud. So this one is secured.
We first secured it with the 3 bolts.
Yeah, we did this one with 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. They shouldn't show because this cabinet door opens this way, and as you can see, you cannot see the screws. To see them, actually, you have to go all the way, which is, it's, the stove is right here. The microwave is gonna be here. Nobody actually gonna go this way. That's the only angle actually you can see. But anyways, this one is secured. I like how it's secured. This one, we did the same way. We did 1, 2, 3, and we did one here, one on the top, and now we're gonna keep installing the microwave cabinet, the cabinet on the top of the microwave. Then
As well,
yeah, and as you can see, I did the hole for the outlet. Now, before we mount the microwave, we're gonna where's the best way to put the hole for the cable for the microwave, for the power cable,
and the 2 bolts.
and the 2 bolts. That's gonna be adjusted. Like once we put it and we'll adjust where the microwave is gonna go, which is, I think we're gonna go with the old spot.
Yeah.
I think it looks perfect this way. So let's start installing this cabinet. As we are in the process of installing the microwave cabinet, and now we're facing this. They had a patch here, drywall patch. We're gonna have to sand it because it's bubbling out and it's making the cabinet, it's not resting all the way in the wall, make the cabinet a little bit about 1/4 inch away from the wall, which is, if it ends here, it's not a big deal, but we have another cabinet that's gonna go next to it, which is affect the whole level for the other cabinet. So we're gonna start sanding this and we'll come back. All right, guys, that's the end up product. We had some hard time with the microwave, but it worked. It's not hard actually, it's just one bracket in the wall underneath it right here, and 2 bolts on the top. They go straight here and there, and they go straight in the microwave. They have like 2 holes on the top of the microwave. It's very simple, and I think it's standard for over the range microwaves, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and share it with friends and family, and help us by subscribing. Thank you.